So the title of this video is Taking Risk for Rewards. And I'm pretty sure you guys have heard that saying, but it's very, very important. And for you to understand what I mean and to fully comprehend the message that I'm trying to portray here, you have to know a little bit about my story. So I'll speak a little bit about that. Let's start with Reiki. So with Reiki, that was probably the first thing ever that I had no idea about, that I just felt called to. I just felt drawn to it. But the thing is so I feel drawn to it, right? But what is that space between being drawn into actually putting into action? So that space in between is called taking the risk. Because if you take risks, you don't really know. We don't fully, truly know in the physical body. We truly don't know if something is really worth it or what we expect, right? So in order for us to experience a possible potentiality that we expect, we must take a risk. So by me taking a risk and getting into Reiki, I'm now a Reiki master of how many years, I don't even know, doesn't really matter. But it's been like the first pivotal healing modality to get me to where I am today, and to also speak of ascension, speak of healing, speak of awakening, speak of higher intelligence and the physical vessel, divine I am teachings. It all started somewhere. And with me taking that risk to go through Reiki just because I felt called, I was filling that gap by taking the risk, and now I am living that timeline of reward. So first example is Reiki. Well, then Reiki also led me to Shasta. When I got my Reiki Master Teacher certification, I felt a call. I think I need to go to Shasta. So again, what is that difference? Where is that space between that call and actually experiencing that reward or that call, right? It's risk. So I took that risk. I invested money. I invested time. I took my whole family with me. We drove 10 hours up, 10 hours back. Okay, all of these things were trying to tell me no. There's all of these pros and cons, but by taking risk, it has led me to now doing retreats in Mount Shasta. So then let's talk about that. Once I went to Shasta, I started, feeling a call. I think I need to do retreats. Well, retreats, is a lot of risk, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. But again, what is that space between that feeling and actually experiencing that feeling? It's the space of risk. So again, it's very important just to take risk in order to see if you can then get a reward. So I want to explain a little bit more. So I started doing retreats, loved it. I met so many beautiful soul sisters, people who I still am in contact with today. And doing those retreats, I've done so much healing for myself. And what led me from retreats is to now being able to speak publicly. And that is just something that it was so out of my field maybe a year ago, but here I am today. So between a year and today, what is that space? Taking risk. Exactly. You guys are with me. So I just wanted to explain to you guys, as a spiritual entrepreneur, it is extremely important to take risk, but also, since you are into your awakening, your spirituality, to use that discernment. That's where the ego comes in. We align the ego with the higher self to use for discernment of what the higher self is asking us to do. So the last thing about that is I want to speak about since November to today. So in November, I just had this feeling. I'm just you know what? I finally want to make money. I finally want to make income. I finally want to be my own boss lady, my boss woman, be able to provide for myself and my son. And I was just how do I do that? I've been out of job, out of commission for years because my son's 4. So for 5 years, I have not worked at a job, right? So when I started Reiki was kind of when I started my spiritual business. I wasn't taking it seriously because I was not taking risk. But as of November, I took the biggest risk of my life. 441, 144 backwards, right when I said that. I took the biggest risk of my life at 444 again. And I left California. I packed up everything, took my family, and we went to Idaho. And we've been traveling up and down since, and we're in Idaho right now. But if I did not take that risk, I would not be living literally, I kid you not, literally my dream life. I'm not saying I'm fully there. No way. But from where I was in November, just 3 months ago to today, because I took that risk, I'm literally living my golden timeline. I'm literally making money. I'm making money, you guys, from home. I'm not going off to work and leaving my family. I get to sit at home and do what I love and speak what I love and make money by changing people's lives. But again, it takes risk to get reward. So every single day as a spiritual entrepreneur, it is very important to take risk every single day in order to get your reward. But I'm not saying blindly go and do some risk. Go within your higher self and ask the divine I am. What do I need to do today? What do I need to risk in order to get my reward? You're risking your laziness, your time by just sitting, going on Instagram, scrolling. You're risking that. You're replacing that. And that space between feeling the call and experience is that risk in order for you to get the reward. So I really hope this was something that you guys needed. I'm pretty sure you did, because I felt called. I was just making breakfast and I was like, oh, hold up, I need to make this video real quick, right quick. So I love you guys. If you have any questions, message me. And again, as a spiritual entrepreneur, as anyone, you need to take risks in order to get reward. Have a beautiful day.